I'm standing in a place that, on a map, looks like a small city. It has roads, buildings, thousands of people, and its own unique infrastructure. But this isn't a city, it's an Air Force base, and the scale of these places is something that's often hard to comprehend. Today we're counting down the top 10 largest Air Force bases by area in the world as of 2025. These are sprawling complexes, often hidden away in deserts or remote landscapes, dedicated to the complex and often secretive business of military aviation. From testing the next generation of aircraft to training pilots for combat, these bases are critical hubs of national defense. Now, a quick but important clarification before we begin. When we say largest, we are talking about one specific metric total land area, not the number of personnel, not the number of aircraft, not even the length of the runways, although those are all fascinating statistics in their own right. We're looking at the sheer footprint on the planet's surface, measured in square kilometers or acres. This list is based on publicly available data, which can sometimes be a bit tricky to pin down precisely, but it gives us a remarkable insight into the immense scale of military logistics and infrastructure required to maintain a modern Air Force. Some of these names might be familiar, etched into history through famous events or cinematic portrayals. Others might be completely new to you, vast, restricted zones that operate far from the public eye. What connects them all is their colossal size. These aren't just airfields, they are self-contained worlds, sprawling over landscapes larger than many actual cities. So, let's get into it and explore the sheer size of the 10 biggest Air Force bases on Earth. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, USA. Covering an area of roughly 21 square kilometers or about 5,200 acres, it might be the smallest on our list, but it's by no means small in strategic importance. Established in 1957 during the height of the Cold War, Minot has a singular, crucial mission that dictates its design and operations. It is one of only 2 bases in the United States Air Force to host 2 legs of the Nuclear Triad Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles, or ICBMs, and long-range strategic bombers. This dual role makes Minot a cornerstone of American strategic deterrence. The base is home to the 5th Bomb Wing, which operates the iconic B-52H Stratofortress bombers, and the 91st Missile Wing, which maintains and operates the Minuteman III ICBMs housed in underground silos scattered across the vast North Dakota landscape. The base itself is a hub, but its operational area extends far beyond its fences, encompassing a missile complex of over 22,000 square kilometers. Its remote location and harsh winters are not a bug, but a feature, providing a secure and isolated environment for some of the world's most powerful weapons. Coming in at number 9, we head south to the heat of Texas, to Lackland Air Force Base. Spanning approximately 28 square kilometers, or nearly 7,000 acres, Lackland holds a unique and foundational role within the United States Air Force. For the vast majority of airmen, this is where their military journey begins. Known as the Gateway to the Air Force, it is the primary site for basic military training, or BMT, for all enlisted members of the United States Air Force, Space Force, and Air Force Reserve. This is where civilians are transformed into service members. The sheer scale of this training operation is immense. The base is a sprawling campus of dormitories, classrooms, drill pads, and specialized training facilities designed to process and train tens of thousands of recruits every single year. Beyond BMT, Lackland, as part of the larger Joint Base San Antonio, also hosts a wide variety of technical training schools, the Inter-American Air Forces Academy, and critical cybersecurity operations. Its size is a direct reflection of its function, to accommodate the massive logistical and infrastructure needs of molding the next generation of the force. It's a city dedicated to education and transformation on a military scale. For our number 8 spot, we leave the United States for the first time and land in Germany, at Ramstein Air Base. With a footprint of around 30 square kilometers or 7,400 acres, Ramstein is the largest American base in Europe, and serves as the headquarters for the United States Air Forces in Europe and Africa. Its location in southwestern Germany is no accident. It is a strategic linchpin, a critical logistical hub that projects American and NATO air power across 2 continents and into the Middle East. It is, quite simply, one of the most important overseas military installations in the world. During the Cold War, Ramstein was a frontline fighter base, but its role has since evolved. Today it is primarily a massive airlift and logistics hub. Its vast ramps and multiple runways are constantly busy with C-17 Globemasters, C-130 Hercules, and other transport aircraft, moving personnel, equipment, and supplies. It's also a major medical evacuation center with the Landstuhl Regional Medical Center nearby. Ramstein functions as a gateway, a central nervous system for United States military operations in the region, and its considerable size is a testament to the enormous scale of logistics required to sustain that presence far from home. Heading to the far north to the rugged landscapes of Alaska, we find our number 7 Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, or JBER. This colossal installation covers a staggering 300 square kilometers, or about 74,000 acres. That's a huge jump in size from our previous entries. The reason for its scale is that JBER is a combination of the former Elmendorf Air Force Base and the U.S. Army's Fort Richardson, which were merged in 2010. This joint base is a premier power projection platform in the strategically vital Arctic region. Its location is everything. Situated at the top of the world, JBER provides rapid response capabilities for the Pacific, the Arctic, and the defense of North America. It hosts a diverse mix of forces including F-22 Raptor fighter jets, C-17 transport aircraft, E-3 Sentry airborne early warning aircraft, and a significant Army airborne brigade. The base's vast land area isn't just for runways and hangars, it encompasses extensive training ranges that simulate the harsh and unique conditions of Arctic and mountain warfare, making it an irreplaceable asset for preparing forces for a wide range of global contingencies. At number 6, we return to the American Midwest, to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Occupying around 33 square kilometers or over 8,100 acres, this base isn't known for combat units or bombers but for something arguably just as important, the future. Wright-Pat, as it's commonly known, is the cradle of military aviation research and development. It's the headquarters for the Air Force Materiel Command, which is responsible for developing, acquiring, and sustaining every single piece of equipment the Air Force uses, from uniforms to hypersonic missiles. The base is a sprawling complex of laboratories, wind tunnels, research facilities, and engineering centers. This is home to the Air Force Research Laboratory, where scientists and engineers are pushing the boundaries of aerospace technology. It's also where you'll find the National Air and Space Intelligence Center and the incredible National Museum of the U.S. Air Force, which itself requires a huge amount of space to house its historic collection. The size of Wright-Patterson reflects its mission. It's a massive, high-tech campus dedicated to inventing, testing, and managing the technology that will define the future of air and space power. Our number 5 entry might seem like an odd one for a list of Air Force bases, but its scale and function make it impossible to ignore. The China Lake Naval Air Weapons Station in the Mojave Desert of California. This is where things start getting truly immense. China Lake covers over 4,500 square kilometers, or 1.1 million acres. That's larger than the state of Rhode Island. It's operated by the U.S. Navy, but its vast and isolated land is used extensively by all branches of the military, including the Air Force, for weapons testing and evaluation. The primary mission of China Lake is research, development, and testing. Its huge, restricted land area and airspace provide a safe and controlled environment to test everything from missiles and bombs to electronic warfare systems and unmanned aerial vehicles. If a new weapon is being developed for an American aircraft, chances are it will be tested here. The landscape is dotted with laboratories, test ranges, and impact zones. The sheer emptiness is its greatest asset, allowing for the kind of large-scale, high-explosive testing that simply can't be done anywhere else. It is a weapons laboratory the size of a small country. Just a short flight from China Lake, also in the desert, is our number 4 Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada. The entire Nellis complex, including its restricted training ranges, spans an incredible 12,000 square kilometers, or about 2.9 million acres. While the main base area is smaller, it's the Associated Nevada Test and Training Range, NTTR, that gives it this colossal footprint. This vast, empty expanse of desert and mountains north of Las Vegas is the largest contiguous air and ground space available for military training in the world. Nellis is known as the home of the fighter pilot, It's the pinnacle of advanced air combat training. The base hosts the United States Air Force Warfare Center and is famous for exercises like Red Flag, where pilots from the US and allied nations engage in massive, realistic, large-scale air combat simulations. The NTTR provides the battlefield, a place where pilots can practice complex scenarios against sophisticated adversary aircraft and simulated surface-to-air missile threats. The sheer size of the range allows for a level of realism and complexity in training that is unmatched anywhere else on the planet. Sticking to the deserts of the American Southwest, we arrive at number 3, Edwards Air Force Base, California. Edwards covers an area of about 1,200 square kilometers, or 301,000 acres. Located in the Antelope Valley, its most defining feature is the Rogers Dry Lake, a vast, flat, ancient lakebed that provides a natural extension to its runways. This geological feature is a key reason why Edwards became the center of the aerospace flight testing world. The lakebed offers an enormous, forgiving surface for experimental aircraft to land on, a margin of safety that is, honestly, priceless when you're flying something for the very first time. For decades, if it was fast, high-flying, or experimental, it probably flew at Edwards. From Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier in the Bell X-1, to the flights of the X-15 rocket plane, and from the first landing of the space shuttle, to the testing of the F-22 and F-35, this base is just steeped in history. It is home to the Air Force Test Center, NASA's Armstrong Flight Research Center, and a host of private aerospace contractors. The base's motto is, Ad Inexplorata toward the unexplored, and its vast desert landscape has been the backdrop for pushing the very limits of aviation. For our runner-up spot, we traveled to the white sandy beaches and emerald waters of the Florida Panhandle to find number 2 Eglin Air Force Base. Don't let the picturesque location fool you. This base is enormous. The Eglin complex, including its extensive land and water test ranges, covers approximately 1,880 square kilometers, or about 464,000 acres. It is a sprawling installation dedicated to one primary mission: testing and evaluating all of the Air Force's non-nuclear air-delivered weapons. Eglin is the home of the Air Force Materiel Command's Air Armament Center. Essentially, if it's a bomb or missile that gets dropped from or fired by an Air Force plane, it was developed and tested here. The base's vast land ranges, combined with over 310,000 square kilometers of controlled airspace over the Gulf of Mexico, provide the perfect environment for this hazardous work. From the development of the mother of all bombs to the integration of new smart weapons on the F-35, Eglin's work is at the cutting edge of armament technology. The sheer size of the base is necessary to safely contain the immense power of the weapons it creates. And at number 1, the largest military base by area that also hosts a major Air Force component is Fort Liberty, previously known as Fort Bragg, in North Carolina. This installation is simply colossal, covering over 650 square kilometers or 163,000 acres. While it is primarily a U.S. Army installation, home to the legendary 82nd Airborne Division and Special Operations Command, it also contains Pope Field, a significant Air Force installation. The two are inextricably linked, forming a critical hub for global rapid deployment. The mission of Fort Liberty and Pope Field is to project power anywhere in the world on short notice. The Army's paratroopers need the Air Force's transport aircraft to do their job, and Pope Field is where that partnership happens. The base's immense size is required for large-scale training exercises, including massive airborne drops involving thousands of soldiers and dozens of C-17 and C-130 aircraft. It has vast training areas, drop zones, and firing ranges. The symbiotic relationship between the Army's ground forces and the Air Force's airlift capability makes this joint environment a unique and powerful force projection platform, and its sheer land area makes it the undisputed largest on our list. So there you have it. From the nuclear plains of North Dakota to the vast weapons ranges of the Mojave Desert, these 10 bases represent an incredible investment in land, infrastructure, and strategic capability. The sheer scale is, honestly, difficult to wrap your head around. We're talking about areas larger than entire cities, even small countries, all dedicated to the mission of military aviation. These are not just places where planes take off and land. They are complex ecosystems of research, training, logistics, and operations, all requiring immense space to function safely and effectively. It's a fascinating insight into a world that most of us never get to see. The geography of these bases, the remote deserts, the strategic coastlines, the northern frontiers, is as important as the technology they house. Each location was chosen for a specific reason, and its size is a direct consequence of its mission. Whether it's for testing the next generation of secret aircraft or training thousands of new recruits, these sprawling military cities are a fundamental, if little seen, part of our modern world. That wraps up our list of the largest Air Force bases in the world for 2025. Which one surprised you the most? Was it the sheer size of the desert test ranges, or the strategic importance of a base in Europe? Let us know in the comments. We read as many as we can. And if you're interested in the logistics and engineering behind massive projects like these, you might enjoy the video we did on the world's largest container ships. Thanks for watching.